How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Sick Eric TV. Today we're going to be doing a phone comparison between the Google Pixel 6 and the Samsung Galaxy S21. Plus, we're going to be going on over the specs, showing you some pictures side by side, taking on each and one of these devices. Very nice devices. As far as which one's the best, that's for you guys to determine. I'm just going to be giving you the specs of both of these excellent devices, the Google Pixel 6 and the Samsung Galaxy S21. Of course, the S21 was released at the beginning of the year, and the Google Pixel 6 was just released a couple of months ago. So go ahead and subscribe and click that bell icon. That way you get notified on future videos just like this one you're about to watch today. So Google Pixel 6 versus Samsung Galaxy S21 plus spec comparison. Let's go. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump down into this excellent phone comparison. The Google Pixel 6 versus the Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus. So both very nice devices, very nicely built on each and one of them. Very premium design, glass on glass design, of course. As far as design goes, it is personal preference as far as which one you prefer the most. The Samsung definitely has a unique design with that camera bump mounted into the frame, but then the Google Pixel 6 does have that unique camera bar on the back. So we're going to be comparing these two devices side by side and letting you guys determine which one you like the best. So starting off with the dimensions, we're going to go ahead and start off with the Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus. This phone was released January of 2021. As far as dimensions go, 6.36 inches tall, 2.98 wide, and 0.31 inches thin. So it is a very thin device and it feels excellent in the hands. As far as Gorilla Glass, you get Gorilla Glass Victus on the front and on the back with an aluminum frame, and the frame is shiny, and this is a very durable device. The back is going to be a frosted matte finish on the back. As far as weight goes, it weighs about 7.5 ounces, so it is a very light device. IP68 dust and water resistance, of course, and you do not get any micro SD card expansion over here on the S21 Plus. Going on over to the Pixel 6, dimensions wise, we get 6.24 tall, 2.94 wide, and 0.35 thin. So it is a little bit of a thicker device, but not by much. Still very nicely built and very beautiful device. You do get that shiny back. You do not get a matte finish, which some prefer a matte finish, but the side rails are aluminum and they are matte finish, so that they are not shiny on the aluminum frame. So to that, a lot of people like that. It shows less fingerprints on the frame. You get Corning Gorilla Glass Victus on the front, and on the back you get Gorilla Glass 6. So a little bit of a lower grade Gorilla Glass on the back, but still very durable, and these phones have held up pretty well. IP68 dust and water resistance as well on the Google Pixel 6. So very nicely built devices, and they both look absolutely gorgeous despite which one you pick. They are both very nice looking phones. As far as displays go, the Samsung has a 6.7 inch dynamic AMOLED display. It is at 120 Hertz, so it definitely does have that high refresh rate that everybody's looking for. HDR10 plus, and this phone can get up to 1300 nits in peak brightness. And as far as resolution, you get a resolution of 1080p by 2400 with 394 pixels per inch. Of course, this display is covered in Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, and you do get an always on display as well. So very nice display on the Samsung. Definitely They do know how to make displays. All the Samsung devices have very nice displays, and it is a lot brighter than the Google Pixel 6. Going on over to the 6, you get a 6.4-inch AMOLED display. It is only at 90 Hz, but it does support HDR10+, so the resolution is going to be, the refresh rate is going to be a lot lower than the Samsung at that 90 Hz. You do get a resolution of 1080 by 2400, so it is the same resolution at 1080p, but you do get more pixels per inch. You get 411 pixels per inch on the Pixel. Of course, the display is covered in Gorilla Glass Victus, and over here also you do get an always on display as well. Both of these do have in-display fingerprint sensors. Of course, the Samsung is going to be an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, and the Pixel is going to be an optical fingerprint sensor. Now, both of these, I would say the Samsung, when it works, is quicker than the Pixel, but for some reason, the Samsung really does make me mad sometimes as far as trying to read my fingerprint. If your fingers are really dry or something, like right now it's cold, so I was outside earlier, it was not picking up my fingerprint whatsoever. So the advantage that the Samsung has is that it does have facial unlock, so you can unlock your device while using your face. So definitely a huge plus over the Pixel. The Pixel does not have facial recognition whatsoever, so it only has the optical fingerprint sensor, and while it is accurate, it is a little bit slower than the competition. But both of these do have their quirks. The Samsung definitely will not read your fingerprint sometimes, as you can see right there. So both of them could use some work as far as the in-display fingerprint sensors go. As far as which one's better, it's kind of a toss-up. Both of them work, but then both of them don't work sometimes, so kind of annoying on that front. Going on over to operating systems, both of these are running Android 12. The Pixel does have its new Google Tensor chipset, and the GPU is going to be a Mali G78 MP20 GPU. You get 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of internal storage over here on the Pixel, while over here on the Samsung, just been updated to Android 12 One UI 4.0, and this is the Snapdragon 888 processor, both 5nm chipsets, so both of them are pretty equal as far as performance goes. As far as the GPU on the Samsung, you are going to get the Adreno 660 GPU. This particular model does have 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of internal storage. None of these devices have micro SD card support. So as far as storage goes, the Pixel, at least this particular model, does come in higher storage. You still can get the Samsung at a higher storage as well. But right now, these particular models, this is a T-Mobile model, 128 GB of storage compared to 256. This is unlocked from Google. As far as UFS storage goes, the Pixel is going to be UFS 3.1, and the Samsung, of course, again, UFS 3.1 as well. And like I said earlier, no micro SD card support on either one of these. As far as cameras go, this is where things get very interesting. Both of these take really nice pictures. On the Samsung, you're gonna get the, as far as the Samsung goes, you're getting a 12 megapixel main sensor with an aperture of f1.8. You do get dual pixel PDAF OIS as well. Your telephoto lens is going to be a 64 megapixel telephoto with an aperture of f2.0, and it does go all the way up to 3 times hybrid zoom. And then you get an ultra wide of 12 megapixels, aperture of f2.2, and you do get all your super steady modes and everything. Front facing camera is going to be a 10 megapixel camera with an aperture of f2.2. You can record 4K 30 and 4K 60 on the front facing camera, so that is a huge plus for me. On the rear, you can record all the way up to 8K on the rear, 24 frames per second. So the Samsung definitely has a more powerful camera system. But going on over to the Pixel, you get a 50 megapixel main sensor with an aperture of f1.9. You do get your omnidirectional PDAF, laser autofocus, etc. 12 megapixel ultra wide aperture of f2.2, and then on the front you get an 8 megapixel aperture of f2.0. And the only thing is that the front camera can only record up to 1080p 30 frames per second, and the rear can record up to 4K 60 frames per second, so no 8K support over here. As far as camera systems go, like I said, they both take really good pictures. You'll probably be seeing some pictures side by side taken on these. The Samsung definitely does have a more powerful camera system with the 3 lenses and being able to record at 8K front facing camera as well. But we all know Pixels do take really good pictures and video. As far as which one wins, it's totally up to you guys which one you prefer, more saturated colors or more I guess neutral, and what you see is what you get on the Pixel as far as natural looking colors compared to saturated. But like I said, to each his own, to whichever one you guys prefer the most. As far as stereo speakers go, on the Samsung and the Pixel, you do get stereo speakers. As far as the loudness goes, the Samsung probably gets a lot louder than the Google Pixel. You also get support for Dolby Atmos on the Samsung as well, and a whole bunch of different options to equalize the audio over here on the Samsung, while on the Pixel you do not get any sort of Dolby Atmos support. But they both sound really good and they both will get the job done just fine. No headphone jacks, unfortunately, on either one of these, so keep that in mind. Bluetooth 5.2 over here on the Pixel, and going on over to the Samsung, you get Bluetooth 5.0. So Bluetooth is a little bit more higher on the Pixel. As far as Wi-Fi goes, you get Wi-Fi 6 on the Samsung, while over here on the Pixel you get Wi-Fi 6E. So a little bit higher again in that specs department as far as Wi-Fi and Bluetooth goes. As far as fingerprints, again, like I said, Samsung is ultrasonic, while over here on the Pixel it is an optical fingerprint sensor. Going on over to the battery, over here on the Pixel you get a 4614 milliamp hour battery, 30 watt fast charging, and then you also get wireless charging as well, and you also get reverse wireless charging, which means you could charge some stuff on the back or another device or some sort of buds on the back of the device. Over here on the Samsung, you get a 4800 milliamp hour battery with 25 watt fast charging. You also get 15 watt wireless charging and reverse wireless charging as well on the Samsung. The only advantage, actually no advantage, none of these devices come with the charger in the box, so keep that in mind. Everybody's removing chargers from the boxes, so you're gonna have to get your own. So as far as charging speeds go, they're both gonna be about the same as far as charging speeds. Battery life, I would say the Pixel would last longer than the Samsung, even though the Samsung does have a bigger battery. The optimization over here, for me at least, the Samsung does not have excellent battery life. It's got good battery life, but it's not the best in the world. The Pixel, again, it's better than the Samsung, but it's not, oh my god, amazing on the Pixel. But the Pixel is more than likely to outlast the Samsung as far as battery life goes. So keep that in mind. Even though the Samsung has a larger battery, the Pixel is definitely going to outlast the Samsung. So very nice devices, no matter which one you pick. They're both very nice. They're both been updated to Android 12. As far as the way they look, Samsung is going to have a little bit more of a cleaner look and more of a Samsung look, while Google is doing the whole Material U look over here. Samsung did not really adopt that Material U look. They're still going with their One UI look, but they're both very nice and they both get the job done really nicely. Samsung, of course, throws every single setting in there, every single feature that you could do on a smartphone, Samsung will have on there. So you do get more features on the Samsung, while you do get a cleaner UI over here on the Pixel. Both of them are really nice. Both take really nice camera or really nice pictures, and I guess really good video. The Samsung will probably take better video than the Pixel. And both of these devices look very nice as far as construction goes and the build quality goes. They're both well-made devices. To each his own as far as which one you prefer. I like the matte finish on the Samsung, but then I like the design over here on the Pixel. I just wish they would have included a matte finish on the Pixel just to give it more of a nicer look and to hide those fingerprints a little bit more. But both of them are very nice. They're built very well, and yeah, no complaints on the build quality on either one of them. Display wise, of course, the Samsung's probably going to be a little bit brighter and a better display. You get a higher refresh rate on the Samsung, while on the Pixel you only get 90 Hertz refresh rates. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video comparing these two great devices of 2021. And like I said earlier, I hope you guys had a great New Year's, and I hope you guys were safe, and I hope everybody has a new start or a great start to 2022. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. That is quite all right. Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus versus the Google Pixel 6. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.